Good afternoon, curling fans. Welcome
Hi
here
there.
to Curdia. We've got an exciting round of curling going on today. We've got the final 3 rounds of the Belgian Cup for 2023.
Yeah.
And
Technically not entirely final 3 rounds because we have one placement match that's about how they scheduled the games on the sheets. But I think we have a quite nice game plan for you. We will have top teams, obviously, in the final. That's why it's a final. But we also will showcase some newcomers. That's what the placement game is for. And the upcoming game will be a quarterfinal, and that's an interesting one, kind of a maybe intermediate level, but also top level. Known curling players here in Belgium. You know the teams, but a little bit more first on the Belgium Cup, John.
yeah, so the Belgian Cup is an open style tournament. So it means anybody in Belgium can enter it to play. So it's not just teams who play in the leagues, anything like that. So I think the minimum requirement was you had to go through one initiation session. And we had plenty of teams with one initiation session enter in the early rounds, and it made for a lot of fun. But it is also a kind of a shortened format. So these early matches are only going to be 4 ends. So it really matters. Like every stone counts. You can't like afford to give away a big end and say, "Oh, we'll make it up. We'll get back to it." It's only 4 ends, so it's gonna be quite a challenge. So now we're getting into the the quarterfinals. This first match, and so this is going to be 2 teams with players that play in the Belgian league, have some good experience. However, they're mixed teams, so it's not like there are very few teams who enter just their standard lineup. It's we got a lot of mixed ones. So today we have with Iconic, it's Keo van Oosterwijk, the skip from the women's national team, the Blue Huskies, playing with several of the junior girls team. So that's going to be a bit interesting there. And on the other side, we have Dirk.
Yeah, before we go into the details of the teams and the games, let's just kind of explain the tournament format. So, like you said, we have a bracket stage, a knockout stage. We have 14 teams participating, not 16. This is why we have 2 round of 8 games that have a bye. So the 2 strongest teams, Team Breken and 19 Campina, former and present national teams, they qualify immediately for the quarterfinal. But all of the other teams, they have won or were the second in their group stage. We had group stages in Kortrijk, Gent, and a couple in Zemst. And also there was a runner-up table with the best thirds, and some of these best thirds also qualified. So 14 teams here today. The round of 8 have been played, so that was this morning, and the final round of 8 just finished. So now we're down to the quarterfinals. And also for the teams that didn't win their round of 8, we have placement matches, and one of those placement matches will be up on stream later today. But today, 4 quarterfinals, and you can see the pink ones are the games we are going to stream live today. So we're going to show you quarterfinal 1, obviously, of course, the grand finale, and then the game after this one will be one of those placement matches. There's also a bronze finale, but basically who wants to who wants to play or who wants to watch those games.
We'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why we're not showing the semifinal on cast is because teams get a little picky about teams having an advantage or not. So instead of saying, okay, we have one team that gets to play their semifinal match or potentially their final match on it and having 2 turns in a row on the same sheet, we've kind of pushed the the semifinals off to the other sheets so that nobody has a direct advantage going into that final final match. So
all big tournaments here in Belgium in terms of curling are being played in Curling Club Zemst, the one ring here in Belgium with dedicated curling guys. We have a 3-sheeter, and that explains why we will have both semifinals on sheet A and sheet B, and then they will enter sheet C, the center court sheet, the Curdia sheet, as we like to call it.
We can't call it center because it's off to the side.
It's off to the side, yeah.
The broadcast sheet.
The broadcast sheet, that's the one. But that's for later today, basically. I think that's 5:30. 5:30 is scheduled to be the finale, and then 3:30 that placement game, and then in a couple of minutes, in 5 minutes, basically the quarterfinal 1.
Yeah, we've got the teams out on the ice right now, kind of warming up, and just kind of Team Vareka, Team and Negantine, they have not yet played today, so they're just getting a few minutes of warm up time before their match. Their quarterfinal matches will be going on sheets A and B, and we'll keep you guys up to date on that. But now let's talk about the one we are going to be seeing today, which is Iconic against Sticks and Stones.
Yeah.
So I've already talked about Iconic, Carol van Oosterwijk, the women's national skip, playing with some of our junior curlers from the junior team, going up against Sticks and Stones, which is another mixed team. It's
Tess, Andres, Ziva, and Dirk. Also two female junior players, Tess and Ziva, that hooked up or that joined forces with Dirk, member of Steden Hoods and one of the well-known faces here in Belgium curling. He also has a fan club, FC Dirk. There are Dutchies that come over to our Bonspiels with the name FC Dirk, and that's actually a fan-based club. That's very, very funny. And then there's Andres, our team member over at Takeout Tigers. So could be an interesting game, basically.
Yeah. It makes for interesting games because it's like not everybody's used to each other's play style and their tactics. So we're going to see how it is. I mean, we know that the skills are there. It's just sometimes that communication or the knowledge
routines.
of knowing, okay, how does he throw more light? Does he throw heavy? What's his release point? What's his speed? That plays into everything. So it's going to be interesting. And with only 4 ends, you don't have time to make a mistake. You don't have time to learn. You just have to go and make the calls and hope it comes through. So
4 ends, that's difficult. We've seen a game earlier. I think that was Curlicious. Curlicious is also a mix-up team with most of the players from the Blue Huskies or the Belgium Huskies competing against one of the kind of the newbies, the new joined teams. But that was a very close game. They only could take the victory or the win in the 4th end. So there are some surprises. And I think I remember in round of 8, there was also the game Ramstein against Super Duper YB. I don't know what YB stands for.
I don't either.
Yellow, blue, yellow, black, maybe something like that. Young boys, who knows?
I don't know.
But yeah, the young boys or the yellow boys or whatever their name is, they won against Ramstein. Ramstein, a team that has loads of experience playing in the B League and even a season in the A League here in Belgium. But they were defeated, and that's because in the 4th ender, if you drop the ball, you don't have that much time to set things straight again.
Ramstein made a critical error at the wrong time with their last stone. So they were leading 4-1 going into that last end. The other team had the hammer, but they were sitting 2 in the house, and they had guards in front of it. And with only 1 stone left, Ramstein accidentally tapped another stone from the YB, whatever, cool boys, whatever we're calling them. I don't know. Anyway, tapped it in, put 3 in the house, and then suddenly they had an open draw for 4. Very fortunate that the last stone, the hammer stone, went through, so they went to LSDs. A couple of bad LSDs from Ramstein and an almost perfect stone from the Yellow Boys or whatever.
I'm going to interrupt you here. I'm going over to the ice because the game is really about to start.
They are ready to start?
Yeah. Yep. I was trying to hint with my mouse, but you were so in your explanation. But continue. It was interesting, but I think...
So it came down to the LSDs, and the Ramstein unfortunately missed the house with both of them, and so all it takes is just one little mistake.
Also interesting, a team that we will not see in this event is Housekeepers, the current Belgium
the reigning
cup holder.
Champions. Yeah. Ooh, that one looked like it was going to stop right in front of the house. Just carries a little bit in, but still a nice stone. But you see Caro just right there saying, okay, let's get rid of it. We saw Frank indicating it was a little bit high. They're trying to get this one to come over. It catches it. Is that enough to get it out? It is. Well played stone there from Mona.
Yeah, what are your bets for this game? Do you have a... If you have to pick a favorite?
My prediction on this one, I think I'm going with Iconic.
Yeah, I would follow that. I think Caro and Mirta are strong players. They have made huge progression in the last couple of years. So
Yeah, and both Caro and Mirta play together on a mixed team as well, a mixed
true.
4 team. So they do have experience playing with each other. I know they train together a lot as well. So not, I think that's going to be an advantage for them. But don't underestimate Dirk and his skip ability.
Yeah.
He knows tactics. I mean, he's one of the best tacticians in Belgium. So you just got to make sure that they execute. Sweeping this one hard, trying to get it to hold, but I think it's going to over curl.
Yeah, it over curls. Oof. Frank, the skip of Takeout Tigers.
As well as the coach, one of the coaches of the junior national team, or the junior team. I guess we only have one junior team officially at the moment, so I guess by default they're the nationals.
Yep.
But I believe they are trying to go to looking at entering the European juniors later this year.
Yeah, and I heard some rumors. I don't know if that's formal, but I think Viri is looking to bring a junior team next year in the Belgium Curling League, so that could be interesting.
That would be good. And I think with our junior program, we have enough that maybe another junior team could form later this year or later next season. I know we've got they've got quite a few youngsters in that program. They're trying to get them in some up to speed before they're able to play competitively, comfortably. But I don't think it'll take them very long. This one's a little bit deep. Potential double here.
No, we don't get to see Frank on stream that often, since in most games we play, we don't stream our own games. We might record it, but not with the dynamic camera angle.
I think this one's going to curl just a little much. Oh, no, he gets it.
And
very
that's the
nice.
first hashtag John's wrong of the day, I guess.
I believe so, yes.
That was a very nice double takeout.
That really looked like that was going to get more on the nose, but stayed just outside enough. Just enough outside.
It's just way too slow.
If Dirk is coming out like that, then I feel like this one's going to be inside. Is it going to hold? He does.
Yes, nice.
Shooter goes away, but good call. You know, Dirk, I think, wanted to get some extra weight on the brooms out there just to make sure it stayed.
Better safe than sorry.
Yep. It's not often you see Skip sprinting halfway down the ice to sweep it in.
But it shows how passionate he's with his game and how he cares about carrying his team.
Yeah, just because this is just because this is like mixed teams in a sprint format doesn't mean people aren't going to take this competitively. They want a chance to win that cup.
Yeah, it's all fun. But when you're on the ice, you want to win every end. You want to make every stone count.
Okay, that one stays just biting in the back there. You see Dirk, it's agonizing over what to do. He's like, you don't really want to go off Earthquake. You don't really want to go after those stones way out behind the ice or behind the tee line. All right, so here we have Ziva's first stone of the match. Oh, missed that Earthquake. And that was Mona. She should know better. Oh, just a tad deep, tad heavy on that one. Just goes out the back of the ice. Back of the house.
As you can see in the background, we have quite some spectators today. That's always nice with these little tournaments, especially if they're Belgium Cup tournaments.
Yeah, earlier this morning when we came in to set up, there were quite a few teams. We've already had a few rounds of matches played today, so you've had teams already play 2 matches and get knocked out. So, of course, a lot of them went home, but I think they had a good time. But the clubhouse was quite full this morning. Still got a good amount of people in here sitting around having lunch, watching the matches. And this one also, just a bit heavy. A little tap.
It's in the house, and it's technically it's shot. So
yeah, stays in the house, but it's also there for a double.
Yep.
And that's what Dirk is going to do. Let's just get rid of them, make sure that they're away.
Might push a little outside. Feels like it's heading for.
No, that feels like it's pretty good. That's going to be right in between.
This is actually very good to take out.
Oh, not quite, but that's a good roll. That's a good position with that.
Yeah, I don't mind it freezes against the yellow ones. So,
Yeah, no, that's better than they were hoping for,
it's
and
a very good result
I think
here.
that's a really good result. Yep. You hear N-19 over there on the
loud boys.
Oh wait, no, that is the Yellow Boys over there playing Team Vareka.
The yelling boys.
Yelling Boys, yes, there we go.
Andres is vice skipping today.
A little bit light from Myrta there. I think they wanted that one in the house. Came up just a little bit short. Potential for Dirk to draw in behind it. This one seems a bit wide. I'm not sure how much the ice is going to curl, though.
It doesn't seem to curl that much. I think it's going to
It's
stay
a little bit heavy. It's going to go through.
half buried behind the guard. Wow, it's
Just a little bit deep, yeah.
yeah, and there it is. It's out. Was it out? Was it?
Yeah, it was out.
Okay.
It was out. Yep. So this is they did just do the ice, so it might be a little bit faster if they played a match just before the ice was done because they're doing 4-end matches. They're not refreshing the ice after every match, so they're waiting for a couple. So maybe they've gotten used to a little bit slower ice, and now they're having to catch up. Oh, we've got fresh pebble again, so.
Here's a Garrow.
Yeah, Frank indicating this one's heavy. Doesn't look too bad. I think it's going to be behind the tee, but that might
they
stop.
seem to carry along a bit. That was the case with Dickstone.
Oh, yeah, that's going to do the same. Andres going to try to sweep this one out the back. Just gets it out the back. Last chance for Sticks and Stones to do something. They are sitting shot. They can try to get something buried behind this guard.
Yeah, that's the spot you want to try to claim with the stone. Just need a sweep to get it at least in the house.
And actually, top of the blue would be pretty good.
Yeah,
Takes away the draw.
Makes it harder to reach the pin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in the house, but it's harder to draw. But then again, the draw area should be big enough for Caro.
Anything biting the white, yeah. They're just going to come up this open ice side, use that potential stones in the back for backing. And
yeah, but the backing, that's indeed... is there a way to score more than 1 point here? I don't think so.
No.
It's just,
no, they could potentially try to take out the red, but I think it would take out their yellow behind it. So no sense in trying anything scary. Just take the one.
Yeah, keep it clean. With just 4 ends, you don't want to take risks if that's not needed. Just to make sure we win the ends. Put pressure on the team.
Oh, what happened there?
Somebody touched the stone because that was indeed in front of that yellow one. And this... Oh no, it's
That's
fine.
going to be okay. Yeah.
They didn't have that much margin, but it's okay. It's
Yeah, I wonder what happened with the stones there, but one for iconic. Oh yeah.
One for iconic. Let's make sure we give credits to the team that deserves credits, and hopefully Frank knows he also have to put on the scores. They tend to do that for all ends except for the
last one, yeah. But it is, I understand. And when you finish down at the clubhouse side, you have to go all the way down to the other end to put it up. But still. Now, normally in a 6-end or 8-end match, you wouldn't be too excited about taking one in the first end. But with the 4-end match, you take every point you can and deal with it as it goes. So as Mona starts us off here in the second, iconic leads 1-0 over Sticks and Stones. Frank indicating this one might be a little bit high. Heavy, excuse me, heavy. And yep, that one is going to slide through. Slide through the house with a little bit of help from Dirk. This one looks a bit heavy as well. Good sliding. I think just a little bit too much weight on it. It's going to come out the back. So with both stones going out the back, we just start all over again. Ooh, sweepers jumping on that one right away. That one's definitely a lot slower than the first one. I think this one's going to end up pretty well. Sweepers getting that one all the way into the house. Good job by them.
Yep. Can make a difference if you have good sweepers. Overlooking his options and opting to draw around. They need to score points.
Yeah, with these shorter matches, sometimes you have to play different strategies than you normally would. This one's looking pretty good. Trying to sweep this one down. Needs to just curl over a little bit more, but very nice stone. Just on top of the button. This one's gonna curl over onto their own. It's not gonna quite get to the nose though. And unfortunately just taps it all the way through. And is now sitting up as a guard, a really nice guard for that red there on the forefoot. So see, Dirk is just going to say, let's cover this one up. Put something else out there on that center line. Trying to force Iconic into using stones to take away those guards. This one's a little bit heavy, I think, but also is going to over curl. I think it was a little bit inside. As a sweep to get that one into the house if it's not going to set up as a guard. And they do. Ooh, a little backline takeout action here. Going to try to just sneak around that yellow guard, get on the red. It's a little bit outside, I think.
And the question is it also not a bit too heavy?
Well, I think it had the line, or had the weight what they wanted. But yeah, that one is unfortunately it needed the right line. I think the weight was good. Oof. This one's going to be a bit outside. Is that going to curl over and stop in time? Maybe a little bit heavy. That might open the door for a double. Possibly a little bit deeper than they wanted there. Not too bad. It's not overlapped quite, so... doesn't quite move the red one far enough, so... They do have two yellows set up there to kind of... They could promote those back to try to get at the red, but Dirk sees that as well and is going to say, let's guard over it. Let's kind of take that opportunity away from it.
Yep. Yeah, red sitting in a pretty strong position right now, I think.
Yeah, fairly ideal for them. They've got the shot stone. They've got a bunch of stuff in front of it. They have the hammer. And normally with the hammer, you want to go you want to keep the center clear. But if you got something in the right spot,
yeah, they can basically push the initiative to Iconic to try his things, and they can just defend the situation.
This is going to curl over nicely. I think that's going to be a very good stone.
Very good guards, important guards.
Oh, very nice stone there. We are clicking buttons for that one. Yeah, you see Tess giving the okay sign. Yep.
Yeah, I know the Scaro immediately like, oh my god, this takes away so many options, makes it so difficult for us right now. I don't know if you center hit that red one, you could maybe split out both Yellowstones.
I'm not sure. I think you could only get rid of one of those yellows, but yeah, you still run the risk of leaving something there. Oh, they're going to try to promote this, run this red one back. just off nose, out to the left side of the nose would be, I could double that out.
Yeah, what a difference a good guard can make sometimes.
Yep. Ooh, this one's a little bit inside.
Yeah. That red stone is still pretty good, and the second stoner.
Yep.
So maybe put in another guard. Just
I guard over the middle, yeah.
Yeah, just make sure that that red stone is safe, and then they can look for a second point with their last stone. They have hammer, so basically.
Yep.
See if I can show how a good guard is done.
That one looked like she might have pushed a little bit inside on the release there. Just gotta make sure this one gets over the hog line. That'll be enough. We'll take away the run back, so...
Not heavy enough, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Oh, a little bit of an opening here for Iconic. Nose hit would be ideal here. Oh, that's a
very
great
nice.
stone
Very
there.
nice.
Great stone there. And buries it behind two guards. Shot stone.
Happy faces there, happy smiles.
Yep.
And a high five. This is also one for your clicker device.
Yep. Has been clicked.
Clicked and noted. Now it's back for sticks and stones to figure out what they can do here.
I think they're going to try to run these back, maybe try to clear those two yellows out of the way and leave themselves something to maybe possibly score two at the last with the hammer, so...
Dirk doesn't need much time to calibrate there, just sitting down, throwing the stone, get it over with. So he's advocating for nice paced games. It's good work. That's one, that's two. Well, let's have a look at the house. I think yellow is still shot.
Yellow
there,
is still shot, but it's exposed.
Yeah.
And I think they might be close enough together. Yeah, they could double those out too and potentially score three. So they're going to look to... let's see what Caro's going to do here with her last. So pretty good stone from Dirk, turns things around, forcing Iconic to really think about what they've done, because, you know, Iconic sitting with shot stone, but not in a great position. So they're going to have to do something here to try to make it impossible for Dirk to score two.
Yep.
Two or more. I think they're going to try to draw in between these, in that gap in the center, get behind those two stacked stones over there, just off the center line.
Is this heavy?
At
least what Frank's is
indicating heavy, yeah.
It might have been red against their shot stone there. I don't know, it's not heavy enough for that, but...
It does.
I think that's a way for sticks and stones to score two, maybe three. The only thing they have to do is basically hit their red stone to take out the yellow one. Then they score one, maybe two. Can't really see from.
Yeah, that's hard to see how that's going to play with the
Yeah.
kind of ricocheting. You see the other trying to looking, okay, if it does this. I think what happens if they hit that red, it takes the yellow, the shot stone away. That other yellow and the blue might go away, but then I think that red guard would end up going out of the house.
Not an easy stone.
No.
I mean, not hard to score one, but they are looking to score two here. You wanna.
Here we go.
Immediate call for sweeping here. Need to get the line.
I think this one might be a little bit inside, but they want to hold this so it doesn't slide too far
look at
away.
This could be painful.
Shooter
One yellow.
carries through.
One yellow.
Good attempt, just a little bit on the inside. He called for the sweep straight away. Knew it was there. But he had that option of a hit and roll, but it had to catch more of that stone to roll over and not slide through the house. So
That is unfortunate.
iconic.
I mean, we were already kind of counting that 1 point as a made shot, as a made point, looking for options to score two, but that was a thing that they obviously wanted to avoid.
Yep.
One thing that could not happen.
Yeah. Fortunately for Sticks and Stones, it is only a single point. They are down 2-0 as we head into the third end, but
it's a four-ender, so
you can get.
in normal games, you wouldn't panic here. It's like, oh, it's just 1 point, but here you're already halfway the game.
They can get back into it pretty quickly, but then again, that means they're going to end up they're going to have to steal in the last end
They
to
have to
probably
steal
win.
two
Yeah.
because they will give the hammer over to Iconic.
Yeah, so ideally, they need two. They would like to score three here. Three or more. This one is going to creep into the house. Nope, just in front. Sweepers seem to like the speed. They're not. Might be a little bit heavy, but if this curls around behind that guard, that's going to be really nice.
Looks like it is. And unfortunately, our highest doesn't curl that much. Otherwise, that would have been such perfect stone. But it's after the guard and put pressure on Iconic.
Yeah, it's something that's just kind of hanging around. Could come up for backing. This one's going to come up light. Going to get over the hog, I think.
Yeah. Dirk made up his mind already.
But yeah,
like,
he could see
no
the
need
weight
to
on
wait.
that. Yep. He could see the weight on that. He knew that wasn't going to get to the house, so. Really just has to throw the same stone here, so could be a little bit lighter. Yep.
Sweep it, get it in.
Sweep
That's
it
what
there.
we want to do.
Just biting will be great.
That would be awesome. It is. It
gonna
is
curl
biting.
over.
That's a very good stone.
Very nice stone, yep. A smidge exposed, but that's not going to be an easy one to get out.
I don't know.
Not with that. You got to throw that really precise takeout. So they're
Dirk
going to
doing little Dirk dance.
Yeah. So Caro calling for the tap. tap back of the yellow there in the middle.
That's a quick call there.
A little bit inside. That's not going to get around that guard, I don't think.
No. It's gonna split the guards.
All right, that's an okay miss. Opens things up a little bit, gives them access to those red stones. I think that's an okay miss for Frank there.
Going over his muscle memory. What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Just release straight. Look at the broom.
So much easier said than done.
That's for sure.
I wouldn't mind a little
Oh, that little tap could work.
need to get some separation. Still not bad. Staggered in the middle. However, close enough for a double. So that's what we see Caro setting up for, Colin.
Let's see if Frank rediscovered his muscle memory on the release.
It also looked a little bit inside off the release. But looks like it could be okay. It's a good sweep, and they got to try to hold this one. Ooh, it's going to over curl.
I think it looks nice.
Unfortunately, over curled, so it jams that red, but does leave it out in the open.
A good guard. Good work. Let's see. Yeah.
Weight looks...
Has to fall. Has to fall. Needs to curl.
That'll curl over, but I also think it's just a little bit heavy.
Then
But this will be okay.
This red one behind the yellow
tap
one.
that red one over behind those guards. That's nice. That's a good
plan B.
good miss there. Although the way they're set up, those two reds, there is a double opportunity there.
If you just hit that redstone where Caro was putting the broom on the inside, you should manage to get a double. It's so easy to say.
Yeah.
So. Frank is doing the weird walk there.
It is also possible that stones go through, but this one is not going to fall over enough to move that red one out of the way. It didn't really have the weight it needed.
But I like it. I mean, they can reuse that yellow one to get red out and stay shot. So
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good position for them because it's going to be the only way Sticks and Stones can get that yellow out of there is to get their own red, and I don't think they want to do that just yet. So
yeah. They need to guard, otherwise they have an issue with the battle of the angles there. And they're in a pretty similar situation. Try to defend that shot stone and then see if they can score a second one with the last stone.
Yep. All right.
Vice kept coming down to help and sweep.
A little bit of a push there.
Early release and a push. But this looks good if it will curl and it's over the hog. And this could be
over the hog. That's not bad. Oh, that's a really nice stone.
This is perfect. This is. I like it.
Yeah, very, very nice stone. You see Dirk going, you got to tell me, what is it? What's the speed? That's that communication you have when you're playing with somebody you don't play with often. It's
Just look at how Caro is laughing with
yeah. Anybody who has ever played with Dirk in the club ovens knows, the clubites knows that he is very...
He's very expressive.
Yeah.
I like that kind of...
Yeah.
You don't have difficulties reading Dirk's mind. He's not the poker player in terms of curling.
No.
Poker face Dirk, that's something that does not exist.
No.
That makes it only more fun.
Trying to squeeze this one just around that red guard. Looks a bit heavy though.
Yep.
Good idea, just unfortunately too much weight behind it.
Yeah, Dirk not bothering to try and sweep. He was pretty sure about the weight, and now he's looking at angles. Can we get in his head? What is he seeing right now, John? What is he looking at?
Well, he's looking at those yellows being stacked up like that, that a nose hit would run the yellow back and could potentially get their own red out of there. So does he have to guard over that? That's what he's looking at. And I think so, yep. He's putting his broom out there. He doesn't like the call, but I think it's necessary.
Still looking at options there. Explaining the basic idea of this strategy to his teammates, so they're aware what to do, what to play for.
This one's a little bit light, but if that taps on that red, that could kick back over into a good position.
Oh, it does, it does. Yeah, this is
there
good
you
stuff.
go.
This
Very
is
good.
one of those plan B stones, but they get the result, and that's what's important right here. Okay, get the results. The result they need.
Yep, covers that up, staggers it a little bit, so there's not that three-way run back there. So there is a little bit of a gap here up the middle, but that's not very wide. There's not a lot of room for margin of error there.
I was trying to tap into that discussion there. What?
Yeah, I was hoping we could hear something, but you can see something going on. Oof. And this has to be so precise. She's going to put quite a lot of weight on it, so it doesn't move. But is this one going to be through? Oh! But still gets it.
Yeah.
Good shot there. We're going to click that one. and ends up a little bit buried. There's not much, it's
Yeah.
it's
One of those games.
Yeah, you can see Caro even put her hand over her mouth like, oops.
That was not intended, but hey, if it works.
While they're discussing this, a little quick update from the other sheets. Over on sheet A, well, I don't know who is what color yet, so I'll have to wait. It's a tight match over there. It's 2-1 in the third. I just don't know which team is 2 and which team is 1. Okay, so N-Negateen is leading 2-1 in the third over on sheet A. And over on sheet B, it is 6-0 in the third for Team Veraken. Put up a 5 house in the second end there to kind of say, hey, we're not going to let this be close. I appreciate Dirk taking his time so I have a chance to get through all those updates. Is that a bit too heavy? Oh no, it's right behind, but it's going to curl over too much.
It opens things up. I mean, at least they force Caro to put up a good guard or maybe try something else. As long as their yellow stone is exposed like that, it's a way for sticks and stones to come back in the game. Are they going to score 2 points? That's very unlikely at this point.
They still have that red in the back. This is possible. Red sitting in the back of the 8-foot is it is second shot.
I think one of those yellow ones in front.
Nope. If I can look at the overhead.
Just clicking on the mouse there.
Just looking at the overhead, sees that, and this one's a bit outside. Is that going to curl over enough? No, it does not.
And it leaves a double potentially, or?
Yes, it's just a little pocket double there. So, yeah, just looking at the overhead of the far house, I can see that, that red in the back is more than the white. So it's third shot. So a double out would be...
It'll need some power to double them out.
Yeah, they do have to get it to move quite a bit.
Andres is
it's like afraid to give too much.
Yeah.
It's like, give me more.
Give me 3 millimeters more. Right, here it comes. This is a cruiser stone here for sticks and stones. This will decide if they're competitive in this last 10 or not. Feels like it's outside. Hits the guard, clips the guard, and that's 2 for yellow. And I think this is for seeing here.
Yeah, you're gonna need a big. Well, I guess the positive side for sticks and stones, they will have the hammer going into the last end, but they need to score 5. Just a bit outside on that one. You know, it was a very fortunate stone from fortunate result from Caro's miss, but yeah, you know, you take a little miss and sometimes you get what you need. So, as Mona prepares to start off the fourth end here, Iconic leads 4-0 over Sticks and Stones. This is the last end of this match, so we're going to need Sticks and Stones to find a way to get something on the board.
Yeah, and for Iconic, basically comes down to keeping the house clear, controlling stuff. Just avoid Sticks and Stones to build up stuff and score a big house.
We're going to sweep this one in. That's going to get right down to about the T line.
Or put pressure. course, sticks and stones to play the takeout game. That's also a way to keep the house open and cleared.
Yep. See what they do. It's like, hey, we're gonna put stuff in the house. Are you gonna try to build up, or are you gonna chase? And so they're going for a corner guard. A little bit outside on the release. I think that might get back over to the center line.
Feels heavy.
It'll get into the house, past the tee, and probably out the back. With a little bit of help from Caro. No, stays biting. This one looks maybe a little bit deep. Might get behind the tee line. Just behind the tee line, so not deep at all. There is a bit of a setup for a double there, but will Derek want to do something with that, or are they just gonna go, nope, let's put up a guard?
Yep.
They need to build up. They need guards to score, so they need to try to build something up. Just going to curl over a little bit too much. Actually going to guard that yellow there. Just on the wrong side of that center line. This Andres cleans a little bit of dirt off that center line. So Caro wants to use that center guard to their advantage, kind of get it around behind it. Just going to sneak by. Nice. Very nice. Maybe a touch heavy, but still.
Well, yeah, because of that touch, it creates a little pocket there for sticks and stones to put a stone on the pin. And both their yellow stones are behind the tee line, so they serve as a little bit of backing.
Yep.
Not the easiest shot, of course, but it could work. I mean, the good thing for sticks and stones is those two yellow stones serve as backing. So every stone they put on the pin there, they're probably going to stay there. So.
Yeah.
But will they score 4? That's a different story.
That is going to be the hard part.
Winning is not good enough anymore to advance to the semi-final.
Winning the end.
The end.
Winning the match is always good. Yeah. That's how you get to the semifinal. Yeah. Oh, this one's going to come up a little bit light.
Too light.
It will tap that red into the house, but not enough. Yeah, that one always would have been better too hard than too light.
Yeah, with the backing, it's
Yeah, so now for Caro, she doesn't mind if this one's too light. Anything in there just to kind of take away that line. They've Gotta make sure this one gets over. I think it's over, but I also still think it's going to be too far inside to really do much good.
Yeah. Well, it makes the draw a bit harder now.
Not really, because the line comes through quite wide of there. So
Okay.
I think that's.
Second attempt.
It's always nice when you get a second attempt at the same shot.
Yeah, you can just adjust a little bit.
Oh, it feels like that one's inside. Should get around that guard, but is it too light? No, that's not too bad. Just get it down there. Gotta get it all the way down there.
That's a nice stone there.
A very good stone. I think Dirk was a little worried. He wanted to make sure it got there, so coming out of the hand, sometimes it's hard to tell what the speed is.
Yeah, but like you said, they had the backing, so you can sweep just to get it there.
Yep. Arrow going for a hack weight. Interesting. This feels a bit unnecessary.
She's going to hit the guards.
Yeah. And that's actually going to tap.
Oh, could tap in reds.
Is it going to get deep enough? No, but it actually gives a stone that red could tap in themselves deeper.
It gives them some food for thought.
Something's going on. Don't think it's an emergency, though, but a little bit of a discussion from Timo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
Are they going to try and clear out those two yellow stones right there?
That is a...
Yeah, looking at it.
That is a tight double. You have so little margin of error there. That's what they're going for.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a position where they have to take risks. They've not more stable sliding, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a tough ask for such a young player, too, because it's got to have some weight. Doesn't look like it has enough weight on it.
In terms of line, it looks good. It might just kind of...
Whoa! But then, hey...
This is excellent. I mean, they can now hit their redstone, take out both yellows. Maybe if they get the pace.
Maybe.
Dirk scratching his head.
What
do I make of this?
That's a tough one. Yeah, it's such a tough one. It's like, it ended up good, but...
Is it doable? Can we...
Yeah, I think if, Dirk was throwing that stone himself and he's got more weight behind it and it moves, but it was such a good line from Ziva there.
Yeah. That's just so funny to see if you have both players that are the skip on their team, but now they are playing in the same team. You can see that you cannot unskip, or you cannot kind of hide the fact that you...
And technically, they have 3 skips on this team, because Myrthe is the skip from the junior team.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. So indeed, 3 skips. Do we have the case like 3 pilots trying to fly the plane? It's...
I'm trying to think if we have any teams that could potentially have all 4 skips, all 4 slots be held by skips, but I don't think in this tournament.
Not in this tournament, no. And Dirk is still looking at angles.
They're not dead yet. There are still options. There's still possibilities. It really depends on what Caro does. I honestly don't think a takeout was the right thing on that last one.
It seems like a tough decision here for Caro and Mir to make. I mean, they have to be a bit careful. Those redstones are dangerous. They. Remember when I said battle plan here is to have an open house just to make sure you don't get in a position where you can pile up stones that could end up.
Yep, I think that anything once they started getting stones in the house, they should have just started. Once Sticks and Stones started putting stones in the house,
don't try to win the ends,
just
try to control the ends.
Yeah,
that's easier said than done.
Yeah, sometimes you're out there, the adrenaline of the game is going, and you just forget. You think about your mind goes to the wrong strategy or to a strategy that maybe not going to work out the way you want it to. So,
at what point is Dirk going to call the thinking time or call the clock on this one?
I don't think he's going to.
No. Still undecided. Looks like they've made a decision here.
Kind of not sure what kind of decision they make. I'm thinking maybe a guard. I'm thinking they're going to try to guard over that red.
Yeah, it felt like that was the thing they were looking for.
They were looking at a takeout, a hack weight at first, and it just didn't seem to make sense because if she's anywhere on the outside of the nose, it potentially takes their own out.
No,
this one's a little light.
This one has to get around the guard there.
Oh.
No, it'll split the guard.
It's just going to open things up.
Interesting ends. From a spectator's perspective, this is an interesting game to watch. I mean,
I like watching Dirk in these because he doesn't
overthink.
Well, no, because he's still he's asking Carol, why did you do that? It's like you're supposed to wait till the end of the match before you start giving criticisms on your opponent.
Are they going to try to get another redstone like over the center line, get it in the pockets just to build up those points, or are they looking to clear out those yellow ones? Clearing out those yellow ones is also not that easy. Maybe just cluttering up some red stuff on the pin and see if that brings them to a 4-pointer.
Yeah, it's tough because it's if they just kind of draw up into the middle.
Yeah, he made up his mind. Get it on the pin. Don't try to make things hard. Let's see if we can find a way in. Squeeze it in.
Yeah. Oh, indicating this one's wide. All right. Now it gave them. They're now sitting 2.
It's hard to see. We'll have to wait for Caro and Mute to clear away. They're sitting 2, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And again, those yellow stones were behind the T, so they could get tapped out at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, they serve as backing.
And I think that red stone sitting there in the white that Caro's pointing at now, that's dangerous because that one could be tapped back into a scoring position as well. It's got backing. So very interesting interesting development here.
This is one of those games where you probably want to rewatch the situation and debrief. Did we make the right decisions? Did we see all possible options? Did we make a good balance between gains, losses, risks?
Personally, I feel like Caro made a couple of questionable tactical calls in this one. Too many stones in the house in play right now, and I think they just didn't control the end the way they needed to. They're not dead yet. They haven't scored, Sticks of Stones still is not sitting 4, but they will have. Six of Stones does have the hammer. They are sitting with 2 pretty good shots.
They're making Caro nervous, and that's also something. They're getting in the heads of their opponents by just staying in the game.
Yep.
Keeping their potential 4 points on the table.
A little bit inside, but she did correct it back to the outside with that release.
Yes. They're happy. They're happy. I mean, so I guess that means they've executed what they wanted to do.
So at this point, we've got 2 reds. Red has the hammer. They've got their 7th stone coming. Can they get things into a position where they'll be drawing for the win, or a tie with their last stone?
There's still a little bit of room to get to the pin. That's again what Dirk is looking at. Also, by the way, he's pointing his broom, trying to draw it in, even if they hit and roll on their own stone. Not the worst, but that's a very good position maybe to get in there. Buried behind the guards. This could be very good stone here.
Very nice.
Look at it, look at it, look at it. Beautiful. Interesting. And yeah, Caro just wants to put one on the pin. I mean, the pin is still open, but they have...
There's that pocket there.
There's the pocket. If they can get if they can just get a 4th in there, it's exciting.
Yeah, if I'm Caro, that draw might be better. There's part of me that would want to just send a rocket down there, smash it out, because if they get rid of...
If they can get rid of one of those red stones, they just have to avoid sticks and stones to score 4.
Yeah.
They can accept 3. I mean, 3 is good enough. But putting one on the pin basically seals the win for them.
Frank's indicating it's high, but that's... Heavy is okay.
Heavy is okay, yeah. Line is important here. This could be good stone, I think.
That's going to be a very nice stone. It's going to touch right into the pocket.
Ooh, yeah.
Picks those 2 red ones out of the way, and that is the clincher. That is it. I don't think there's any way they can score 4 with this.
I don't really see 4 points. if there is a way, he will search it. But I just don't see how. I mean,
No.
they cannot really clear all of those 3 stones because all 3 stones basically have to go to bring other stones in scoring position. That's not gonna happen. Unless with a kind of super lucky trick shots.
Yep.
Or they might just going for the end. So they
Put some points on the board.
Put some points on the board, and
yeah, I think they're just gonna draw into the pin. I think that would push it away. I think they could still score 2 here.
yeah, leave the tournament with a nice stone. This is it.
Caro, move, please. We would like to see the stone.
There
we go.
It's a very good stone. Excellent. Well executed. And they score some points. They score one red.
That's...
Do they have to measure?
Oh, they're going to measure second.
Are they really going to measure? I mean, it's not going to determine the fate of the game here. Basically, we can safely say Sticks and Stones, they're out of the tournament. Iconic advances to the semi-finals against, I think, either N19 or Curlicious. Don't have any...
It could matter as a tiebreaker. Maybe that's why they're looking at it. But they've decided. I don't think anyone's going to go down to the other end.
I'm going to guess it's 1. Nobody ever puts on the final score. People doubt. But at least it doesn't really matter if it's 1 or 2. We know that the result is there. Excellent game for Iconic. I think the score made it look like the win was easy, but it was a fairly balanced game.
Nope, you gave the wrong point.
Yeah.
There we go. At least 1, maybe 2.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Is
Here we go, and
Tess gonna go down? Is this going to be the play of the day?
Oh no! Oh, maybe.
No,
she's just gonna pick up stuff.
She's just grabbing jackets.
I was gonna say your MVP, unless
maybe Frank.
We have still an option that he knows, right? He knows that we are very aware.
We're gonna find out. He's gonna grab a jacket. He's gonna grab his
yes,
his slider.
No!
Oh, boo! This man.
Boo. He's just messing with our minds. He's
too
just,
much to ask for. Too much to hope for.
So they have the strength and energy to pick up their slider, but that little scorecard, that's a couple of meters away. That's too much. But let's come over to the booth and wrap up here on our sides.
We've got a few minutes just before the next match. We're gonna finish this broadcast. We're gonna go over to the next one. We're gonna get ourselves a little something to drink. So thanks everybody for watching. Pretty good match. Came down to the end. We saw fairly evenly matched teams today. I think it just Iconic took advantage of a little lucky break, a lucky miss, and unfortunately Sticks and Stones just wasn't able to recover from that.
Yep.
But good match. So Sticks and Stones moves on to the Iconic moves on to the semifinals, and so we'll be seeing potential. They have potential to get onto the later broadcasts.
Quick bio break indeed. So let's see you guys very shortly with White Penguins against Ramstein. So bye.
We'll see you then.
In a couple of minutes.